Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is navigating rocks in the fog. Imagine that you're the captain of a container ship and you're moving valuable cargo all around the world. You're also part of a worldwide network of maritime container shipping vessels that work together across consolidated routes to provide services. Businesses and ultimately people all over the world are depending on you to deliver your goods on time. And you're used to navigating familiar oceanic courses, and you know how to handle calm or stormy waters. You communicate regularly with your seafaring colleagues to share information on the weather and other details to maximize the safe and efficient operation of your ship. But one day, an alarming message comes across the satellite communication systems. There are multiple very large rocks protruding from the water in the seas ahead. No one knows where they came from. They just seemingly appeared out of nowhere, and no one has ever seen anything like it in the middle of the sea. Some are lurking just beneath the surface of the water, while others protrude 100 to 150 feet up, which is as tall as a 10 or 15-story building. Now, to add to the confusion, the area is covered in dense fog, so it's difficult to even see the rocks until you're almost upon them. Hitting one will certainly cause severe damage to your vessel, and it will delay or inhibit the timely delivery of your goods. It might even sink your vessel. This is a totally unimaginable occurrence. But you're too far along in your journey to turn back. You have no other choice but to power down your engine and creep slowly along. That's when you realize that your radar and the GPS system are malfunctioning. You're forced to visually navigate the ship around these obstructions. It's a really intense, all-hands-on-deck moment. Most of the strategies that you normally employ in a crisis won't work here. So what do? As leaders, we come to expect certain challenges in our work. We believe we know the controllable forces versus the uncontrollable forces. But what happens when the basis of our expectations, the very foundation that we operate on, presents new and seemingly unimaginable obstacles that present unbelievable and disheartening roadblocks? Your mission hasn't changed, but your method must. You still have the same goal. You simply have to find a different means of accomplishing it, even if it feels unnatural and ineffective, even if it means dramatically changing your approach. This requires reframing the challenge in your mind and that of your team, and resetting your expectations. 3 things you can do. First, replot the course. Rethink the strategic approaches that will help you to accomplish your goals in this new environment. So, we're used to a term called VUCA, an acronym called VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. But there's a new acronym, BANI. Brittle, anxious, nonlinear, and incomprehensible. That means you can't assume the policies, structures, and norms of the past will continue into the future. It requires new levels of thinking, adaptation, and flexibility. It requires identifying new ways of moving forward and releasing previously held business, professional, and personal assumptions. And you may need to identify multiple strategic alternatives and shift between them as necessary. Second thing you have to do is reallocate resources, because the journey and process of accomplishing your mission will likely have a different cost structure. Consumer preferences, revenue sources, suppliers, service requirements, production costs, all these are going to shift. Material shortages may force some different decisions. You have to evaluate your priorities in light of your new strategies to make the necessary trade-off decisions. And you will likely be forced to consider options that you would have quickly dismissed in the past. Third thing, collaborate and communicate your new strategies. This means working with your stakeholders, internal and external, to gain alignment and buy-in on your strategic shift, ensuring that you'll continue to meet their needs. The challenge is to simplify the complexity of your decisions while simultaneously helping them to understand the necessity. All of this is going to impact your business metrics, your financial outcomes, your product plan, service agreements, and more. The shift should be acknowledged, and it's going to take time to be fully implemented and understood. And the changes should be grasped lightly, because there's likely going to be more rocks to navigate, more fog to diminish your vision on the pathway ahead. But remember that many roads lead to Rome. Thank you for listening.